In today's video, I got the Platinum Trophy as well as the DLC trophies for High on Life, which makes it the first ever Platinum on my YouTube channel. This game was released as a free game back in February for PlayStation Plus, and I thought there's no better time to play a game than when it's free. High on Life is a first-person shooter from the creator of Rick and Morty, who I'm almost positive is a felon now, and pretty much you play as a random teenager who gets pulled into becoming a bounty hunter after aliens invade Earth, and things just get really weird.
What's going on out here? Martha, is that you?
Oh my god, Mr. Pilfrey! Oh! Whoa! The first stage of this Platinum is simply playing through the story while collecting any missable trophies. We first start off in a different game, which had me kind of confused. What is going on? But obviously I chose the hardest difficulty because I hate my life and easy mode's boring. We play through Buck Thunder 2, which acts as the basic tutorial to the game, before getting pulled out of this game by our older sister Lizzie, who starts doing some stuff I probably can't show on YouTube.
Oh my god, don't give me that look, narc. What, are you mad that I'm throwing this party tonight?
Whoa! After exploring the house, we're thrown right into the action as aliens come out of nowhere, and Lizzie seems weirdly calm about it.
Get down and stay quiet.
Is this just another normal day in the neighborhood? Like, she sounds very calm for this type of thing. So does our neighbor Pilfrey, who, yeah. RIP, my boy. We then meet our first Gatly and Kenny, which marks the start of never having a silent moment to yourself for the rest of the game.
Finally! Oh my god, finally I'm free, thank god! What a nightmare! Listen, can you pull the inhibitor chip out of me? It's the metal thing stuck in me, just pull it out!
With Kenny, we battle through our first set of aliens who are all part of a cartel known as the G3, which we discover is led by Mr. Big Back himself, Garbantuous, who I'm probably never going to name properly the rest of the game. After listening to him yap, Kenny teleports us and the entire house to Blim City, marking the start of our adventures in space.
Welcome to Blim City!
Our task in Blim City is to track down the retired bounty hunter Gene. He agrees to help us along with giving us his old bounty hunter gear, but I'm pretty sure he's just trying to live at our house.
I want the house. That's the trade.
However, the suit is riddled with pop-up ads, which I'm sure plenty of you have dealt with before. So after a quick stop to the pawn shop, which we'll see lots of this game as our upgrade hub, we grab the activation key and head off on our first bounty. The story tends to consist of a very similar task repeated multiple times. Get the bounty, head to a new area, kill a lot of enemies, boss battle, return home, repeat. There is the odd side task here and there, but that's pretty much the gist of it. For the first bounty of the game, we have to head to the slums to find Nine Torg, the leader of the Torg family. But along the way, we have an interesting conversation with the guards of the gate. Can you just like let me through?
No, they said me. They picked me, dude. They picked me, not you.
And more importantly, we picked up our first trophy of the game, which is also one of our first missable trophies, for killing poor little Slumsley.
A kid is dead now. There goes our E for everybody rating.
And there we go. Fallout doesn't let you do this. Kill Slumsley for our first trophy of the game. Then we continue into the slums battling hordes and hordes of ants until we also drop in on a group of unsuspecting Torgs and steal a package, which ends up being our second trophy of the game for acquiring our knife known as Knifey, who might be the most out-of-pocket character in this game. Whoa! Whoa! With our psychotic knife in hand, we arrive at Nine Torg, who's the first boss of the game. Almost immediately into our fight with Nine Torg, we end up getting our third trophy of the game for doing some juggling tricks. Oh, what I get? Juggle an enemy in the air with at least 5 shots. Okay. For the most part, the boss battles in this game are nothing too hard, but just kind of annoying at times. Nine Torg was pretty much just a lot of jumping and swinging around. However, we dispense of Nine Torg, giving us our first bounty and our 4th trophy of the game. First bounty down. Defeat Nine Torg. We head back to the house to talk to Gene, but Knifey has his own plans.
Hey, Gene, lift up that shirt and expose your soft little belly for me. I'm coming in hot.
To get our 5th trophy of the game, we simply stab Gene in the gut, which seems to settle Knifey down a bit. Don't knife the hand that feeds. Take Knifey's advice and stab Gene in the gut. Once we turn in Nine Torg's DNA, we aren't quite ready for the next bounty yet, so we head into Blim City to complete a few tasks. At the pawn shop, we buy a dodge unit, giving us the ability to dodge enemies and speed up, which I will forget repeatedly over the course of the game. But more importantly from the shop, we buy the drum set. This drum set is the first step in a 4-part missable trophy called A Starfish is Born, or watching Globo's rise to fame. We head over to find Globo and gift him the drums, which makes step 1 complete.
Yeah, here, it's yours. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much. He is so excited and grateful. He's not gonna let you down. This was a good use of your time. Thank you so much.
What do you know? Fuck it, that fucker's pretty good.
We return home and have the option to pick between Krubis or Douglas for our next bounty, but to keep the same order as the trophy guide I'm following for the missable trophies, we head to Port Terrace to track down Douglas. Teleported into the middle of nowhere, we roam through the outskirts to work our way towards Old Town in the distance. However, along the way, we run into a group of Bob the Builder wannabes who think they're pretty big.
Walk wherever you want. This is a fucking Mac and Cheese Brothers construction site. We ain't get done here, but you gotta be careful. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hey, calm down. What the hell?
Similar to the slums, we enter Old Town and have to fight groups of G3 cartel and more Torg members. To continue through to Dregtown, our actual destination, we have to take down all these enemies as we should because we're the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. In Dregtown, Douglas is hidden, but we think the G3 recruitment center is our best bet to find him. But to get in, we stop by the goop guy because we're not a member of the G3 without a whole lot of goop. Once we're gooped up, we have to go through recruitment in the G3, but then on a more interesting note, we meet a little octopus known as Dr. Joopy, just the sweetest little fella. The little guy cannot figure out his way through the pipe system, so with a little bit of problem solving, we help him out and he's on his way. Right after that, we end up picking up a random trophy for popping 20 eyeballs. I scream, you scream, pop 20 grunt paint eyeballs. And then we make a shocking revelation. Oh, sick. Yeah, no, Dr. Joopy's actually Douglas. Overall, Douglas was slightly harder than 9 Torg, but realistically still pretty much a breeze. I ain't dying this late into it. No, no. There you go. There you go. See it, pal. Oh. G3 graduation. Beat Douglas. Plus defeating him gave us our next Gatlian, Sweezy. Sweezy like Sunday morning. Pain Sweezy. Sweezy has the ability to freeze time and shoots a bunch of painful looking shards into enemies. We're gonna ignore how long it took me to remember I had to dodge after slowing down time.
Perfect. Now hurry and cross before it wears off.
Nope.
It lasts forever, you know.
Bro, that's a big jump. Nope. This is...
Are you serious?
What is going on? I keep forgetting about the dodge.
Quick, cross
This.
fast. The time bubble doesn't last forever, you know.
There. But we get home to turn Douglas's DNA, and we also run outside to find our boy Globo playing the drums and already becoming a star, which marks the second step of our 4-part trophy complete. What a guy. We go grab some of our first upgrades of the game, and with that, we're off to find Krubis. This bounty leads us to Zephyr Paradise, the jungle planet of the game. This area of the game is probably the worst of the game in terms of annoying enemies and the post-game cleanup, but we'll get into that more later in the video. On Zephyr, we meet these little teddy bear dudes who are cute but also kind of terrifying. I don't know if I would mess with them. They introduce us to warp discs, which are a big part of the game as it will help us spawn in Krubis, but also some different areas we'll need for the post game. However, before we spawn in Krubis, I got to go boss around some moplets to do my bidding, which gave us our 9th trophy of the game. Gunning for your job. Use Sweeney to boss around the office moplets. We go back to the warp area to enter Krubis' base, and with the use of Sweezy and her shards, we get through Krubis in one try without much hassle.
Fuck this! I need an edge.
Hey, Krubis!
Rose edging.
You know this bounty hunter only started bounty hunting like a few days ago, right? You're gonna lose to an absolute fucking rookie. How's that shit taste?
Come on, more! What are you, stupid?
That was cold-blooded driller. Defeat Krubis. This also ends up giving us our 3rd weapon of the game, which is probably my favorite, the shotgun Gus. Satisfied Gus Tomer? Gus. Gus is probably the most fun in this entire platinum journey because you can basically just run around and blast enemies with him. It kind of feels like you're playing Doom. We get back to Blim City and end up meeting the mayor, who gives us a special device to save any humans we might see along the way. When we head into the city before our next bounty, we discover that Globo has signed a record deal and is on his way to becoming the next big star as he continues to fart out of his face according to his dad.
You know what? Fuck everybody who made fun of him for farting out of his face. Globo's gonna be huge.
We also meet a guy named Stan who gives us a vial of something I probably shouldn't talk about on YouTube, but we need it for the end of the story and one of the end game trophies, so we gotta do what we gotta do. The next trophy we acquire is for getting the jetpack, which helps speed up our traversal throughout the game and will help us reach a lot of the collectibles we'll need later on. While getting information on our next bounty, Dr. Giblets, we actually end up at the High on Life store, but we get kicked out pretty quickly for snooping around the store that he owns. But this leads us to our next trophy for stealing boots off a dead guy who, yeah, he's seen some better days. R.I.P. Davy Glutes. In the mag boot. These mag boots, just like our jetpack, make our life a whole lot easier in terms of getting around the map quickly. With a little extra help from the Men in Black, we have all the information we need to head for Dr. Giblets. On Zephyr, we go full Batman Arkham Detective mode, which results in what's probably the funniest boss battle of the entire game. What's up, Dr. Giblets? Yeah, I'm here to take you down, boy. Oh. Oh. Oh.
That's Dr. Giblets, right? Pretty anticlimactic.
Hardest battle in the game.
The easiest one yet.
Defeat Dr. Giblets. Okay. Yeah. But even with that, unfortunately, we aren't let off easy, as Dr. Giblets had a backup plan in case of his demise, where we have to take on hordes of enemies for what feels like forever, about 20 minutes if you're curious. Before we head out of the base, we are threatened by the leader of the G3, Gargantupants, or whatever that ugly ass dude's name is. We make a brief stop in Blim City for upgrades, but then we are right back to Zephyr to find the Skendril Bros, who have added on to the torment that these poor little moplets have faced all game. While exploring the Skendril labs, we find a Gatling that has been getting experimented on, giving us our next weapon, Creature, and another trophy. Creature feature. Obtain Creature. Creature has maybe the most interesting moveset in the game, as he shoots little babies out of himself. Okay, that's just weird. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what he does. Shooting babies. This game, man, let me tell you. This portion of the game felt a little dragged out, but we arrive at the first of the Skendril Bros, Jonathan. Luckily, these brothers tend to be agile but lack a lot of health, so with the use of Gus's special disc attack, Jonathan was disposed of pretty quickly. The next brother we find is Angela? Oh, nice. Is this a girl? Yeah. These names are a little confusing. Again, with the use of Gus and Creature, Angelo goes down without an issue. And then the final brother we face is Mona. Why did one brother get Jonathan and the other two sound like they're his sisters? Same thing here though, spam Gus and repeat. However, even though all three are defeated, they come together for one final stage called Brotron, which made me feel like I was in the movie Twister. After learning the best way to dodge in this wonky ass battle, despite a few deaths, shit. Okay. Oh my god. The lack of health in this boss meant just being as aggressive as possible, and on the third attempt, the bounty and the trophy were ours. Die. Who's the boss? Beat the Skendril brothers. Oh my god, that was annoying. Holy shit. When we get back to Blim City, we decided to head on a date to Applebee's with our OG pal Kenny. But before that, we see our favorite butt face Globo on TV, who's finally a star, and we popped the trophy for this missable side quest.
Listen, I'm sorry about being
Starfish is born.
Well,
Watch Globo's rise to fame. Yes, Globo. At Applebee's, we have a heart-to-heart with Kenny. It is revealed the whole reason we're in this mess in the first place, and the reason that we have found so many captured Gatlians, is because Kenny sold out his homeworld to the G3, and Gargantupants wanted to use the Gatlians to his own advantage. We end up seeing Lizzie outside with her weird alien boyfriend Tweeg, and this whole side story's been going on the whole entire game, but I'm too lazy to cover. It's kind of annoying, which forces us to leave Applebee's, but before that, we pay our bill like the good Samaritans we are, and we pop another trophy.
yeah,
Eating good in the neighborhood.
I love this place. Don't
Pay your bill at Applebee's. Even after being the good guy that we are, we walk outside to find Blim City is being invaded by the G3, which is just lovely. We make it back to the house and we end up warping the entire place to Gatlas, the home planet of Kenny and friends.
Welcome to Gatlas, my home planet.
Surprise, surprise, it looks like a hunk of junk. We finish up this weird side story of Lizzie and her boyfriend, and then we let Kenny break the news to his friends about how he screwed up, which they don't take very well.
Tell you that I'm the reason the G3 invaded Gatlas and enslaved our race.
We'll be mad. I don't think I could get over it.
Yeah, don't say that.
You know what? It would really suck to hear you say
Kenny,
that.
come on, that's not true, right?
No. That would be impossible.
Are you doing a bit?
Okay, well, there's more to the story than just a...
Fuck, he's scrambling for words. It really is true. He really did cause the downfall of our civilization.
Before heading to take on our final bounty, Nipulon, we find him chilling in the office and immediately he wants to smoke. This turns out to be the most challenging boss of the game, mostly because I did not have a single clue what was going on. Oh god. We end up going on a GTA type drug trip, and I think it might have even affected me in real life. After spending way too long mid-fight and a quick trip to Google to figure out what I was actually supposed to shoot, I was rewarded with a trophy that simply is going to stay in the PlayStation profile for as long as I live.
You spent all your in-game playtime at an alien strip club. Oh, that's permanent, by the way.
Spend 15 hours at the alien strip club.
Forever now.
Spend 15 hours at the very real in-game alien strip club. Once we sober up, we go full Rambo through the hallway and butcher Nipulon with Knifey to pop another trophy for taking him down.
Holy shit, okay, we're back.
Self-actualization.
That was a lot.
Defeat Nipulon. Defeating Nipulon meant we were given the coordinates to find Gargantupants, meaning we were in the end game of the main story. When we arrive home, we find that Gene had fixed up the broken galleon we acquired early in the story, and this gives us the absolute most overpowered weapon we may ever be honored to hold. We step outside to find ourselves on a much different Earth than we remember and figure out just how OP Let's Do It really is. Oh my god. As I'm going demon mode with the best gun in the entire game, my inner suit AI starts yapping just way too much, but we get a trophy for him basically cursing us out and then dipping. Series wrap on Pseudo. Say goodbye to Pseudo. That was great timing on that one, Pseudo. Then finally, after all this time, we come face to face with the ugliest one of them all, Gargantupants. Just when we think we're done the final boss, we are given the biggest twist in the entire game. Gargantupants has captured the world's greatest hero.
It's me, Jack Black.
What?
I'm Susan Sarandon. Do we know you?
Huh? Are those your parents?
Parents? What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think the bounty
What, the
hunters
Jack
even
Black?
love people.
Yeah, we don't.
But it's so nice to meet you.
So what? You don't love these two? What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we don't.
So what? You don't love these two?
Yeah, we don't.
What? You don't love these two? What? What the fuck are you talking about? because every human I am.
What? Then he decides to make sure the Minecraft movie never happened.
Feel it.
Oh my god! Oh well. After a fairly easy boss battle due to just how good Let's Do It is. Come on! Oh, fuck, I need shield, I need shield. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. So far, still not too bad. Bro, that's the only thing I find in this game is that they make these attacks very hard to dodge. We pop our trophy for taking down this ugly ass dude. Legendary bounty hunter. Defeat Gargantuan, or I don't even know, take down the G3 cartel. But we're not quite done yet. To defeat him once and for all, we needed to sacrifice a Gatlian. And as bad as I wanted to throw Kenny in there, my boy Creature takes the fall, and we pick up another trophy for using someone besides Kenny as the bomb.
Oh my god.
Playing favorites. Sacrifice a Gatlian other than Kenny during the fight against Gargantuan. Woo! And with that, we have completed the main story and stage 1 of our platinum journey. And at the same time, we pop our last trophy of stage 1 for carrying Stan's load to the end of the story. Carried Stan's load to completion. Complete the game with Stan's product in your inventory. For stage 2, we simply have to complete any miscellaneous trophies in the game while getting every collectible. However, for the trophy mods please ban, we'll be saving that until the very end once we do all the DLC trophies as well. Before doing all the tedious cleanup, I started with some quicker trophy pops. The first being discovering a secret hideout in the Human Haven, which is supposed to be set up for a sequel, but I don't think it's ever happened. Oh, sequel bait. Discover Dr. Gurgula's hideout in the Human Haven. Then I decided to knock off the only true RNG trophy of the game, where I simply had to keep reloading my game over and over again just to watch a long ass 8-minute commercial where a robot cusses me out. As you notice, I get cussed out a lot in this game. So I went and did my own thing while this trophy popped. Really? Oh my god. Epic legendary prize. Sit through the entirety of the really annoying countdown show on TV. Fuck that robot, bro. Fuck that robot. I then went and spawned in every single warp disc base, including the movie theater, which was its own individual trophy. We paid for the rights to put a whole movie in here. Discover the movie theater. And then the remaining 5, which gave me another trophy. Oh, seeing all the sights. Unlock and explore every collectible warp base. One of these warp discs spawned in the skate park, which had this really annoying challenge that you need to complete if you want to get all the Luglocks chests, and it just took me way too long. Remind me never to try and platinum anything Tony Hawk related. With miscellaneous trophies out of the way, all I had to do was find every single chest and trading card in the game before I started the DLC. The only big issue was this game has zero map or radar or any sort of system to track what chests you've already opened, which meant using YouTube walkthroughs the entire time. Link in the description for the ones I used. In total, there were 227 chests to find and open, plus 27 trading cards, 25 of those that are also in the chests. So after hours of tedious grind, I popped the trophy for finding all of the chests. Luglock Genocide. Find and open every Luglock chest. Finally. And then back on Blim City, I acquired the final trading card. Playing card to get. Collect every trading card in the game, which marked the end of trophies on the main game for now. Stage 3 of our journey is going to be completing all of the trophies from the game's DLC, High on Knife. The premise of the DLC is Knifey has received a package from his homeworld, but unfortunately the package got lost in transit at Muxalon HQ, and now it is up for us to track it down. Like the main story, we are playing on the hardest difficulty because why not? We fast forward 2 years from the main story, and we actually have a replacement for Kenny. Who is this dude? I wonder why. We go to the planet Paroxys where the DLC takes place, and we're immediately back into the thick of things. Meet some slugs, kill more ants, and the G3, just the usual. We work our way into Salt Lick City, and the first thing we do is visit a dying slug, who as his dying wish is to have all of our hard-earned pesos. But whatever, we like trophies more anyways.
Oh shit.
Give away all your money.
This guy just died.
Grant the dying wish of a sick slug. We walk around town talking to more locals, gathering all the info we can, which didn't really find much success there. But hey, we got to have some fun with the race. Turns out racing a slug isn't that hard, but you will get cussed out again. Yeah. Oh my god. A different local gives us the Blue Man Group gun, and then we are finally on the way to Muxalon. We meet Toxo, this giant Job of the Hut ripoff, and decide to take a hot bath with him to get our next trophy. Bathe with a giant nude alien. Take a bath with Toxo. Toxo then asks us to kill parasites all over his body, including his behind, and then leads us down to a cave, and we discover a hidden bar called Cheeks, which is a Cheers ripoff, and we're greeted with a lovely intro song, and hey look, Frasier's here. Pretty much we enter an episode of a sitcom, and after some endless dialogue, we pop another trophy. Meet Frasier from Frasier. visit Cheeks, and hang out until closing time. Then, after exterminating the remaining parasites, we need to head to the ranch, and along the way we meet the mysterious Riddle Master. Not actually very mysterious, but it just sounds way more cool, doesn't it? Although it seems like we're getting his riddles correct, Bro continues to tell us we're wrong, so we just shoot him, and now we are the ruler of all riddles, the brand new Riddle Master. GG, buddy.
Okay, bounty hunter. I don't
It's like
care
the
if
Santa
you're
Claus.
officially the Riddle Master.
Become the Riddle Master. We reach the ranch, and the plan to get inside Muxalon HQ is to hide inside this creature known as the Duffalo. However, we need to go take out some poachers first if we're going to be allowed to use the Duffalo. So we do our usual thing, pew pew, bye bye, and then we return to climb up the anus of the Duffalo. Oh my god, it's so gross. Inside this disgusting portion of the DLC, creature begins rizzing up a parasite, and things get real weird.
Not to say anything, but you are beautiful. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but you are straight up the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life. I thought those G3 experiments destroyed whatever part of my brain lets me get all horn-dogged up. But I guess it just made my taste so extremely specific that I haven't felt anything down there at all until meeting you just now.
Wow, I'm certainly flattered. I mean, you're not so bad yourself.
Basically, the two agree to a date while we're all standing there, and the rest, again, I don't know if I'm allowed to show YouTube this.
Cut the bullshit and bang right now.
Oh my god, so forward. I mean, my answer is yes, but I just didn't expect it to happen so soon.
Okay, great, sick, we're doing this. All right, bounty hunter, can you just lean forward and smash us together a bunch real fast?
God damn, that was...
Once we're done sitting through that, we are officially inside Muxalon HQ, and we start cutting open every box possible. Unfortunately, the game decides to turn into Alien Isolation, scaring the absolute shit out of me. Oh no. Why am I scared? Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! After I change my underwear, we're greeted by Mux, the leader of Muxalon. Let me tell ya, you just know her breath stinks. Her bad breath knocks me out, and once we wake up, we've been put to work on the line. However, we quickly escape, and at the same time, we find Knifey's package, which lets us turn him into a crazy chainsaw knife. Ew! With this new upgrade, we take out one of the enemies called a bloat and pop another trophy. We came, we chainsaw, we conquered. Kill a bloat with Knifey's new upgrade. In order to take down Mux, we have to go around the entire facility, taking out her individual organs, which will weaken her enough to give us a chance. We battle our way around Muxalon, destroying Mux piece by piece, all with the use of Chainsaw Knifey. And then we return to the central chamber to take on our final boss of High on Life. Let's do this. Oh!
There you are.
Don't talk to me like that. Why are you talking so sensual? Mux turns out to be the most annoying, difficult boss of this entire game due to her basically unavoidable attacks. The only way to really get through without dying repeatedly is buying enough time to regain enough health. We work down her health enough to enter what is basically her insides, and we let Knifey deliver the killing blow to her brain, or her mouth, or her brain's mouth? I don't know, this whole area was so dark and random, but hey, at least she knows she died to the hands of the Riddle Master. Yeah, that's a good callback.
Holy shit. Holy shit. You did it. I mean, that's not really what capital punishment means, by the way, but you did it. Mux is dead.
Mux to do about shipping. Defeat Mux. Before we return home, Knifey wants to finally go back to where he's from, Australia 2.
My home planet, Australia 2.
However, we arrive in the middle of the Great Sharpening, and while his fellow knights rip into him about being too violent, and that's why he was exiled, which he never realized.
You were exiled.
I was exiled? Why would I be exiled?
You're too violent, Knifey! An aberration of our species.
But in a Trevor GTA rage moment, we go on a murderous spree with Knifey, basically committing genocide on his species. Well, it looks like we're tripping on acid, which, when you think about it, basically sums up my experience with this whole game. That marks the end of all story-related trophies in the DLC, but we still have a little bit of cleanup to do. Similar to the main game, there are more collectible cards and packages, which will replace chests, although there are a lot less. Before even picking up another trophy, I spend way too long on the shooting game, which is meant for the Blue Man Group gun, all for just one little package. As we're looking for packages going area by area, we pop the trophy related to the replacement Gatlian, Harper. I barely know her. Kill 50 enemies with Harper's glob shot. And then in the same area, we find our trading card. Card boarded. Collect all 9 trading cards on Paroxys and Muxalon. Our last trophy of the DLC is to visit every major landmark on Paroxys. Luckily, I had seen pretty much everything due to going all over the map finding packages. Torch Pirate. Find every scattered Muxalon package, baby. Let's go. Before we leave Muxalon HQ, we do a quick bit of grinding in the central chamber, which allows us to pop the trophy for the Blue Man group gun. That's ball, folks. The 100 enemies fully charged with the ball shot. However, I was still missing this little pawn location. It was a bit glitchy in terms of finding the right spot, but after a second trip back to the tour guide, he accepted the fact that I saw it, and this gave us the final trophy for High on Knife. Sea Salt. Every major proxy and landmark. Now, for the final part of the platinum, we are back on the main game, and we need to complete the Mods Please Band trophy. This trophy requires you to unlock every form on the Hunter forms, which is done by completing various challenges throughout the game. I had done most of the challenges just by naturally playing, but there were still a few different enemy types I had to grind out. This included melees, hunks, jasons, and greebles. Using the power of the internet, I found the best spots to grind these enemies so I did not have to go through the pain of finding farming spots myself. So I went spot to spot on various planets, checking off each from the list one by one. By the end, all that stood between myself and the platinum was taking out 30 hunks. So I went to the farming spot on Port Terrace, and with each hunk I killed and each checkpoint I reloaded, I inched my way closer to popping the last trophy. Kill 30 hunks. Mods Please Band. Unlock every post in the Bounty Hunter forums. Call your loved ones. That is the platinum for High on Life, baby. Oh, finally. That post-game grind was so brutal. It was only like a 21-hour plat, I think, in the end, but oh my god, that was annoying. There it is. All your loved ones. That means I have officially completed High on Life 100% with both the platinum and DLC trophies done. Overall, it was a pretty funny experience going through this game and seeing what random shit was gonna get thrown at me. And despite the post-game being a little bit of a drag, I think I'd recommend it to anyone looking for a shorter platinum experience. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment on what you want to see me play next. But with that, I will see you all for my next platinum journey.